Good morning from sunny California, where we appear to be on day 10 of NO's 40-day flood. On top of that, my daughter brought home a special gift from school as a Valentine's Day present for my wife and I, some sorts of crappy cold bug. She's so sweet. I'll took my lead story today with his take on Craig Calcaterra's piece on how teams are putting profits over winning. I'm glad he did because he gave the piece the analysis it deserved that I couldn't really do here in Bullets. I will add, however, that part of the problem is that so much of the revenue an MLB team earns is guaranteed and shared among all 30 teams. In the past, owners like George Steinbrenner spent money to make money, but nowadays teams earn roughly the same amount through broadcasting fees, sponsorships and revenue sharing whether they win or not. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but not much of one. Nationals ace Max Scherzer says that current cycle of winning and rebuilding hurts fan loyalty and creates bandwagon fans. Calcaterra has another example of how teams are putting profits over winning by noting that the Blue Jays have signaled that they will keep Vladimir Guerrero Jr. down in the minor leagues to manipulate his service time. Calcaterra is on a roll as he blasts MLB's recent announced plans to use a biometric data service at ballparks. MLB and the service say that they don't keep the data, but there is an obvious trust issue here. Indians pitcher Trevor Bauer won his arbitration hearing, allowing him to make $13 million this year instead of $11 million. But Bauer wasn't happy with the arbitration process, arguing that the Indians engaged in character assassination to try to win the hearing. Bauer also says that he will only do one-year deals in the future and thinks other major leaguers should do likewise. He says it's unwise for players to tie themselves down to one team. Padres met with free agent infielder Manny Machado for a second time. Could they be going steady soon? The Yankees have not given much indication that they will sign free agent outfielder Bryce Harper, but Andrew Simon looks at what kind of impact Harper would have on the Yankees if he did sign there. Phillies right-hander Aaron Nola signed a 4-year, $45 million extension with the team and then talked about how he plays for championships, not money. Jeff Passan reports from Phillies camp and says the team knows their time to go for a title is now. Passan notes that should mean signing either Machado or Harper. But of course, there's financial flexibility to be concerned about. The Twins signed outfielder Max Kepler and shortstop Jorge Polanco to 5-year extensions. Royals signed left-handed reliever Jake Diekman to a 1-year deal. The Blue Jays and right-handed reliever John Axford are nearing agreement on a 1-year deal. The Canadian native started last season in Toronto before being traded to the Dodgers. Phillies right-hander, still funny to write that, Jake Arrieta underwent knee surgery a few weeks ago. He's still expected to be ready for opening day. Lefty Brett Anderson is back with the Athletics and Jade Jaffe writes about what the A's can expect from Anderson and where he fits in. They can probably expect him to get injured based on Anderson's track record. Our Jay Anderson has the 5 teams that have had the most disappointing off-seasons. The Cubs aren't number 1, just number 2, which somehow seems fitting. Right-hander Doug Fister has retired. His career was marked by the greatest internet headline typo of all time. Yankees pitcher CC Sabathia is expected to announce that 2019 will be his final season on Saturday. Jake Mintz argues that Sabathia is every Yankee hater's favorite Yankee. Pretty much, although Aaron Judge would get a lot of votes too. Judge will take the crown after this season. Tim Brown talks to New Angels pitcher Matt Harvey about his struggles over the past few seasons, his off-season and his return to the team that first drafted him 12 years ago. He didn't sign with the Angels and went to college instead. Chris Quick talks with White Sox hurler Carson Fulmer, who has started training with Driveline Baseball this winter in hopes of jump-starting his career. Driveline, if you remember, is where Luke Hagerty was training before the Cubs signed him. Fulmer notes that the White Sox don't agree with the methods of Driveline, but they're willing to let him try. Jonah Carey has 10 reasons to be excited for the 2019 season. It's nice to see this after all the kvetching we've done this winter. James Wagner looks at Sean Foreman and the sports reference websites, including Baseball Reference, and how he runs the company out of his church's building in Philadelphia. Red Sox lefty David Price explains why he changed his number from 24 to 10 this year, but he made everybody guess first. I would have guessed it was because he was a big Leon Durham fan. Angels DH Shohei Ohtani was asked for his impression of his new manager Brad Ausmus. He's a very good-looking guy, no dirt. He's the guy that inspired Craig Calcaterra's annual ranking of the handsomest managers in the game. Put Astros right-hander Jarrett Cole in the no-opener category. Astros right-hander Justin Verlander talks about how fatherhood has changed his life. Who is the top MLB celebrity power couple? Justin and Kate or A-Rod and J-Lo? Considering Justin and Kate are actually married, I'd have to give them the edge. And now I'm sounding like TMZ or People magazine. Red Sox outfielder Mookie Betts was asked what it was like to face Verlander, and Betts said it was harder than making a 2-10 split in bowling. Of course, Betts pointed out that he's so good at bowling he makes a lot of 2-10 splits. So maybe that wasn't much of a compliment. Now that he's with the Yankees, reliever Adam Ottavino is backing off his "I'd strike Babe Ruth out every time" comments. Yesterday was Valentine's Day and Mets ace Noah Syndergaard wasn't having much holiday spirit. Nationals closer Sean Doolittle explains why he goes to Taco Bell every Valentine's Day. Because he likes to spend most of the holiday in the bathroom. And finally, Chris Landers has the weirdest logo in the history of each MLB team. I didn't think he'd find much interesting for the Cubs, but I forgot about that World War II era one. That one was terrifying. And tomorrow will be a better day than today, Buster.